I truly cannot believe I'm about to say this, but the skill-based matchmaking era of Call of Duty is finally coming to an end. Yesterday, the Black Ops 7 beta officially wrapped up, but before they wrapped it up, Call of Duty gave us this blog here. We know the big question on everyone's mind coming out of the beta is how will matchmaking work in Black Ops 7? At launch, open matchmaking with minimal skill consideration will be the default for Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Simply put, imagine the matchmaking experience of the open mosh pit from the beta, but as the standard of Black Ops 7 on day one. Secondly, persistent lobbies, non-disbanding lobbies. We've heard the community discussion and dialogue around lobby disbanding. As we mentioned earlier in the beta, we're focused on keeping players together from match to match more often. We're excited to announce that we'll have persistent lobbies at launch for Black Ops 7. Third, rotational aim assist is being nerfed. We've also seen discussions about rotational aim assist and the community questions about how aim assist will be tuned across inputs in Black Ops 7. It's a priority of ours to have fair and competitive balance across all input devices at launch. Fourth of all, Rxqe anti-cheat updates saying that day one of the Black Ops 7 beta, 97.5% of matches were completely clean of cheaters, and by day 5, that number rose to 98.8%. I'm no software engineer, so I don't know exactly what enabling TPM is supposed to do in Secure Boot and all of that, but if it really is stopping cheaters, then that's a great sign. So with all of this in mind, we have a lot to talk about. I completely understand skepticism. We're gonna get into that. Trust me, don't worry. Completely normal, completely understandable to be very skeptic about how this is all going to go over. Now, to go ahead and start it all off, the giant elephant in this room, I already talked about it yesterday in my BO7 beta review video. If you want to go ahead and check that out, feel free. Addressing the giant elephant in the room, why all of these changes are happening, might have something to do with a special video game that's coming out today. The competition with Battlefield 6 has very clearly been a big influence on how this is going over. Competition is a great thing, and this is exactly why. I would also imagine some of you are probably thinking, why am I playing and uploading Black Ops 6 when Battlefield 6 is out? Don't worry, I'm still gonna plan on uploading some Battlefield 6 videos. If you guys want to see that, let me know. We'll definitely be streaming it a whole lot. Very excited to check it out. But over here in Black Ops 6, though, we did have the launch of Season 6. They added the MP40. They call it the Dresden 9mm for some reason. To which I don't know why they didn't just call it the MP40 when we have the PPSH in this game. That's literally called the PPSH. But that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to go ahead and unlock Dark Matter while talking about all of this stuff. First things first, skill-based matchmaking. I've already discussed this topic into the dust. Like, you guys have heard this so often, so much. And I'm so sorry to repeat myself on this, but just going off the experience of the open mosh pit in Black Ops 7. I am personally a very big fan of that. I have been saying that skill-based matchmaking has been a very bad thing for Call of Duty for these past 6 years. And the thing is as well, one of the biggest problems inherently with skill-based matchmaking in a casual setting, keep that in mind, in my personal opinion, the only skill-based matchmaking that we should have is in the ranked modes, like how it's almost always been in Call of Duty. This guy has a war machine. I don't even really know if I want to be in this lobby. Now, it's also very important to understand that skill-based matchmaking inherently gives every single one of us very different experiences of how the games are played. Granted, yes, we're all sitting here playing Black Ops 6, but we all have different skill variants. We all have different skill ratings, I should say. Our variance in skill is different for every single one of us. And with that, again, we experience the game in completely different ways. And now, before I get into this, I want to preface this by saying that I'm really not trying to be rude when I go to talk about this kind of thing, so please don't take it the wrong way. Naturally, there's a whole lot of discourse about how the open matchmaking experience went for us in the Black Ops 7 beta. I've heard a lot of really good, I've heard a lot of, oh, it was really bad, I didn't really notice anything. Now again, I want to preface this by saying that earlier this year, we got the skill ratings from Activision. You were able to request your skill data. I'll go ahead and leave a card for this and leave a card for that video where I break down my skill rating and how it all works. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I'll break it down real quick. If you have been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2019, Activision has your skill rating across all Call of Duty games. They track literally everything, from the operator that you're running, to the team that you play on, like the faction that you're on, to the percentage in which you're moving throughout the course of a match. There is so much data that they have on you that they use to determine what your skill rating is. So again, obviously, very different for all of us. Now, my personal experience throughout the course of the beta was actually very good with the open mosh pit. I had much better lobbies, my connection was a lot better. Overall, I found myself having a much better time. I had a lot of variety in my games. I had some sweaty games, I had some really easy lobbies, I had some full-blown SL, sniper lobbies. Like, it was genuinely a very fun experience. Also, on the flip side, I heard a lot of people saying that, oh, I had a really bad experience in the open mosh pit. And this is exactly why I wanted to preface this, that I'm not trying to be rude when I say this, but I'm going to put my hand gently on your shoulder when I tell you this. If you are somebody that has been playing Call of Duty consistently since Modern Warfare 2019, and you genuinely believe that the skill-based matchmaking was a better experience in open mosh pit, I have something to tell you. You're not gonna like it, but you're probably not a very good Call of Duty player. And that's not a bad thing. The inherent problem with skill-based matchmaking is that it prevents you from actually getting better at the game. You think it does. Like, you might think, oh, I'm constantly facing better people. That's great. When you're constantly getting punched in the mouth for having a few good games, and then you're thrown back into lobbies that are intentionally designed to put you back at a 1 KD, that's not a good thing. The best way to really determine your skill level is by actually playing the real ranked mode. That is where skill-based matchmaking should stay. I've explained my experience in playing Call of Duty for these now almost 18 years relentlessly. When I first started playing Call of Duty 4, I was not a great Call of Duty player, obviously. I wasn't a god the second I picked up the controller. I started off playing split screen with my brothers, going online into online multiplayer. I would get my ass kicked. I had a negative KD for a long ass time. But over the course of the years and constantly playing the game, I naturally got better at it. Now, I'm also not sitting here trying to have a D measuring competition like, oh yeah, my KD is so good, this is how big my D is. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm the greatest player in the world, but I know I'm pretty good at Call of Duty. I mean, shit, I would hope so if I've been playing this for almost 18 years. But again, I've just explained it so much, and I'm so sorry for continually yapping about it. It's just, having skill-based matchmaking in the way that it is stops you from actually, truly, naturally progressing as a player. And again, a very important thing to consider with how they're wording that skill is minimally factored into the matchmaking now, that does not mean that you're going to get bot lobbies immediately. That's also another very common confusion and common complaint, I think. Oh, I don't know, man. This open mosh pit doesn't seem to be working. I'm still getting sweaty players. Yeah, you're gonna get sweaty players. That is very normal for Call of Duty. There's always been sweaty players. Those players back in the day on COD 4 that would do nothing but constantly use an AK-47? Yup. The players pub stomping with an MP40 Juggernaut in World at War? Yup. The people noob tubing for nukes in Modern Warfare 2? Granted, yeah, bad playstyle, but yep, they're sweaty. Better yet, pub stomping with a UMP-45 going for nukes? Yeah, they're sweaty. Those pub stompers with the suppressed FAMAS, Galil, 74U, and BO1? Yep, they're sweaty. Your average plutonium IW5 MW3 player constantly going for ACR nukes? Yes, they're sweaty. Same thing over on Black Ops 2, those SCAR-L, AN-94, MSMC nuclear tryhards. Yeah, they're sweaty. Sweating in Call of Duty is not going anywhere, but what's very important is the variety in matches. And again, you can actually do well and improve against those sweaty players. You can actually improve against them and then not get punched in the mouth in your next game. Where, hey, oh, I actually did really well against these guys. Oh, well, actually, no, you had too good of a game. We're gonna have to put you in a lobby where you're gonna get a 1 KD. It's, again, so crazy the way that Call of Duty has gone over the past couple of years, because ever since Modern Warfare 2019, this whole manipulative skill-based matchmaking has gotten to a point where you can see a genuinely good Call of Duty player have a really good game. They'll go ahead, post a gameplay of it. Oh, this guy's 2-boxing, he's reverse boosting, yeah. Or, oh, he's cheating. Like, there has been so much of that since Modern Warfare 2019, and it's because of skill-based matchmaking, keeping these, again, no offense, lower skilled players in their safe brackets to where they don't actually know what it's like to play against a good player. They don't know what it's like because they simply don't see that kind of player in their lobbies. You know, this is actually a great point. I'm glad I'm getting the shit kicked out of me in this game, because this is another thing on my part too. People always like to bring up the point, oh, if you just get sweaty lobbies, people are going to constantly back out. But on the flip side here, you will intentionally do bad. Players will do exactly what I'm doing right here, not giving a single shit, just praying that if I do bad enough, I'll get a good lobby. Like, where's the fun in that too? It's like I was saying though, again, naturally, yes, you are going to get sweaty players. That is fine. But also on the flip side, lobby manipulation has always been a thing too. If you're somebody like me that's been in the COD community a very long time, especially in the olden days of Call of Duty YouTube, people would do these Road to Commander series. Or back in the day, again, just playing on Xbox and PS3, anytime a friend had a new low-level account, they were the host of the party for a good reason, because you would pull lower skilled players. Your skill and rank were kind of tied together back in the olden days. You would party up with low-level accounts, or again, in a game like Black Ops 2, no maps TDM. The more dedicated, sweaty players of Black Ops 2 would have the DLC, so how do you avoid them? Uninstall the DLC. Go play the most casual mode, TDM. You get bot lobbies. In Call of Duty Ghosts, in Advanced Warfare, you would party up with 0 KD accounts. So again, the case in point of all of this is that, yes, sweaty lobbies will still be a thing. Lobby manipulation has always been a thing. You can back out of games, you can manipulate the matchmaking. That has always been a thing despite skill-based matchmaking. I feel like an old man yelling at the cloud right now. Like, I feel like I have to, like, teach people and explain how old Call of Duty used to work. I'm so sorry. But again, to stop myself from consistently repeating myself about skill-based matchmaking, Everything changed with Modern Warfare 2019. Everything I just talked about. People stopped naturally progressing and getting better at the game. Nobody believes anybody anymore when somebody has a good game. They're two-boxing, they're reverse boosting. Oh, you did something to get that easy lobby. Oh, my enemies shoot back in my lobbies. Why, yes, I love skill-based matchmaking, where I haven't played a single game of ranked, but this is who I'm playing against. Why, yes, I do love facing iridescent players, even though I've never played a single game of ranked in my entire life. I love the fact he has nearly 60,000 kills with a jackal. I deserve to be in this lobby because I have a 1.1 KD. At some point in time here soon, I know I'm gonna make my BO6 review video, and I have so many shadow plays of players that have like hundreds of thousands of kills with a jackal in the aims. He's got the watchdog helo rolling as well. You know what, bro? You can have that lobby. I do not care. And again, it all changed with Modern Warfare 2019, and for the worse, in my opinion. What's so important about the style of open matchmaking is that we're going back to how it once was. Open matchmaking, non-disbanding lobbies, like the social aspect of Call of Duty as well. You can expect variety in your games. You can mess around and not use meta weapons and have a fun time. I don't want to sound like that old man, but holy shit, if you weren't there, you really just don't know. I feel like I've been yapping about this for so long. The longer I go on, I don't know if I'm actually repeating myself, but I really hope that I've made my point clear enough. I'll move on from skill-based matchmaking, but going on to talk about the persistent lobbies thing. Again, it's so good for just for the social aspect of Call of Duty, but also, of course, as well, yeah, if you have a good lobby where, you know, you're kicking ass, you can just stay in that lobby. But the social aspect, again, that's where the most fun really was back in the day. Like old school search and destroy lobbies. Oh my god. I'm not even just talking about that one clip from Modern Warfare 2.
What else Riot Shield! I'm a pussy that use Riot Shield!
Yes, that was an experience of it. I'm not talking about that exactly here in this case, but also naturally just the friendships and natural rivalries that you would have in games. It was so much fun. Playing in a 6-man with your friends, you come up against another 6-man, you have some games, you talk shit, it's all good banter. You guys have fun playing the video game. Crazy. It's fun when it's a more natural experience rather than it being a curated experience. Oh, there we go. Slipping and sliding, dodging, bobbing, and weaving around them. Alright, there we go. Finally got my last bloodthirsty. That's all I wanted to do, man. Just wanted to go into Boo Town and get my MP40 Dark Matter. This is gonna be one of the dorkiest things I've said in this video, but I intentionally changed my Prestige emblem to World at War 10 because of the MP40. I was just talking about the MP40 Juggernaut tryhards. Yup, goes hand in hand, man. Now again, I also did want to talk about this a little bit, just like with the whole skepticism about how this is all going to work. I completely understand a lot of people being skeptical about it, like, oh man, just wait, they're gonna rug pull us. All of a sudden, we're gonna have skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, just wait till seasons 2 or 3, we'll have skill-based matchmaking back in the game. This is definitely me just trying to be very optimistic about it, but I have such a hard time believing that they would actually do that. Granted, yes, never say never. Like, of course, that could happen. I hope it doesn't happen, but think of the overall response to the way that things have been going right now. Can you imagine if they decided to walk back on it? The community response to that, that might be the biggest nail in the coffin that they could do at this point in time, especially with the competition of Battlefield 6 going on. I would like to give it the benefit of the doubt, like, yes, we can take the win as is. It is still very important to be, you know, critical and skeptical about it. Yes, we can talk about it. It's very important to be cordial about it, though. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I saw a very interesting tweet today from Brian Bright. If you guys don't know who he is somebody that worked at Infinity Ward for a very, very long time. Like, he was there making Call of Duty Ghost Extinction, he was there for Infinite Warfare Zombies, was there for Modern Warfare 2019. He's been there for a while, and also, if you remember the Call of Duty Future Warfare mod, I guess I wouldn't even say mod, but you know, the cancel Call of Duty game Future Warfare, he confirmed so much information about that game because he was working at Activision Call of Duty at the time while Neversoft was brought on. What turned out to be Call of Duty Ghosts was initially Call of Duty NX1 was the code name, Call of Duty Future Warfare. After making the Tony Hawk games and Guitar Hero games, Neversoft was also brought on to kind of help out with creating a new Call of Duty game. He was there for that. So this man knows exactly what he's talking about. And yep, it was revealed today that Infinity Ward were the ones that made skill-based matchmaking the way that it was. They convinced the Activision executives to make it happen. Now again, this is just one guy, Brian, but again, the track record of Future Warfare, there were devs that worked on Future Warfare that came out the woodworks to talk about it. I'm assuming that maybe we might see more of a response like that to, you know, people backing up Brian's claims here, but naturally I'm inclined to believe him just because of his past experience. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because, again, earlier today, a lot of people have been saying, oh, just wait for Modern Warfare 4, just wait for Infinity Ward to run it all back, wait for them to be the ones to rug pull us, and you know, oh hey, for Modern Warfare 4, we're going back to slow gameplay, crazy ass skill-based matchmaking, all of that. I again am hoping that is not the case. I've talked about Modern Warfare 4 a lot, and I just again really hope that Infinity Ward is just honest with us about it. Regardless of whatever they decide to do, the communication needs to be on par. On par to currently what Treyarch is doing with their dev talks. That is super important. And again, given the way that things are right now, I have a very hard time believing that they would walk back on it immediately anyway. No, I don't think they're gonna walk it back in like season 2 or season 3. I really hope I don't have to come back to this video and eat my words on this. But again, completely fair to be skeptical about it. I bring all of that up, bringing Infinity Ward into this because again of the natural response to it, but also Jev's recent video, he made a phenomenal point. It might be very tinfoil hat, but it almost feels like that could be a very realistic thing that they are setting up. Again, I don't want it to happen, but it makes perfect sense. Because when we think about Black Ops 7 so far, like this is a Call of Duty that has been doing statistically very bad. Comparing pre-order numbers to Battlefield 6, comparing the Steam chart numbers, you guys have all heard this before. Battlefield 6 has been kicking Black Ops 7's ass in this regard. It's a whole part of the reason as to why they're like, oh, now they're addressing skill-based matchmaking. Like they're doing all of these things because of competition, right? But on the off chance that this is actually some like sinister plot, because Black Ops 7's pre-order numbers haven't been very good, the idea is that Infinity Ward, Modern Warfare 4 can look at it and be like, oh hey look, Black Ops 7 didn't actually do very well, and you know, you guys got rid of the skill-based matchmaking, so we're gonna bring it back for our game. I again really hope that that is not going to be the case, but that is why, again, this year, being cordial, especially again, just being cordial about it for one, but the communication, we need to stay on top of this. We need to keep talking about skill-based matchmaking. We need to keep talking about our experience of this, because the moment we stop talking about it and the moment that like, oh, the interest seems to be falling off, they don't really seem to care anymore, right? No, we have been saying this for 6 fucking years, man. One way to word it, we really need to stay on their ass about it. Like, keep up the communication, keep giving them feedback about it, and just don't shut up about it. Now, there is a tweet here from Charlie Intel that I want to go ahead and read to you guys real quick. All of these changes Call of Duty is doing, no skill-based matchmaking, non-disbanding lobbies, transparency with the community, has to continue every year. They cannot reset this next year and act like nothing happened. Which is what I was just saying a little bit ago. Like, I have a very hard time believing that they would walk back on it so soon, but that's exactly the point. We cannot shut up about this. We have to keep talking about it. Like, this all feels so weird, like so vindicating in a sense. We're finally at this point. It's been 6 years. This would have been the 7th year, 7th Call of Duty with this crazy skill-based matchmaking. Don't get me wrong, obviously, I love Call of Duty. I wouldn't be sitting here yapping about this relentlessly if I didn't. But man, skill-based matchmaking has always been the biggest detriment to these games. It has been the biggest factor of sucking out the fun of the games, and we're now finally breaking free of the shackles. Yeah, I need to go to bed, man. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been yapping about this for far too long, man. So again, as a quick recap, with everything that I was saying, yes, it is completely understandable to be very skeptical about what is going on. On the flip side, yes, it's a very good thing to be happy about, you know, everything that they're doing right now. It's like, yes, finally, this is what we've been waiting for. But again, this is something we can't stop talking about this. Like, we have to stay on top of it, stay on top of it, stay on top of the feedback, and like, hopefully, again, they don't rug pull on this. For me personally, again, the Black Ops 7 beta with open matchmaking was phenomenal. That was the most fun I had on a new beta in forever. I'm truly very excited for Black Ops 7. All of this stuff that they got going on now sounds phenomenal. The overall experience, much better. I talked about it so much. The overall vibe shift from the beta, the moment they announced open matchmaking, was a complete change. Like, this has been the most positive I've seen the Call of Duty community in a long time. Deprioritize skill, and again, it doesn't mean bot lobbies consistently. It means just actual variety. Ping is king in your lobbies again. I'm sorry that if you weren't having a great time in the open mosh pit, gently putting my hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry, dog, but hey, you're not gonna get your hand held anymore. Like, this is Call of Duty. This is how it's always meant to be played. And we just can't let up on it, and I've repeated myself way too much. I am far too lost in the sauce about this. Anyways, Black Ops 7's coming out in about a month now. We got Battlefield 6. I'm gonna go back to playing some Grand Theft Auto 4, and I'm gonna get some sleep. See you guys soon.